So come on in, take a sip, let's wind down. We got a Tuesday puzzle to get into, and we've got a fantastic Campari Spritz here, and I tell you what, I got up early this morning, 3:30, got Shotzi to the airport at Munich International, a little bit before 6, straight to work. It's been a long day. I don't know that I'm functioning as well as I should be, but I'm home. I have nowhere else to be, and I've got a lovely Campari Spritz here to kind of hold me over and hopefully give me the solver's courage I need to get through a Tuesday grid when I've had about 3.5 hours sleep. So, but that is fantastic. So, the dictionary.com word of the day is premiate, and this is just to grant a prize or an award to somebody. Something, I guess, but premiate, not something that pops into the mind registry that often. Yeah, we're all familiar with the word, but I have to be honest with you. Like, if you just stopped me cold on the street without me thinking of anything else and just said, "Hey, define premiate," I'd have to think for a minute, and maybe get lucky. Like if I actually knew what it was you were talking about. So, nice to have these reminders, right? And so, and also on this day in 1909, the British Secret Service, Security Service, commonly known as MI5, that's the Military Intelligence Section 5, is formed as part of the Secret Service Bureau. So MI5, yeah, good stuff. I mean, on this day, right? 1909's been around a while. Boy, this is good. I should have brought the stuff in here to make that. Well, if you see me get up and the video start fast forwarding, you'll know that I did. So, all right, let's hop in there, Grid, and see what we got today. I'm really gonna miss my Shotzi. I mean, gosh, she's only been gone for about a month, but boy, that's a long time. But when you're traveling back to the States, stuff like this, it's you just can't go for a day or two. I've done that. I have literally gone back for like a weekend. That's a rough weekend, right? So today's crossword for Tuesday, October 7th is by Corry Cropper, not a name I'm familiar with. Looking down at the crossword column, the headline is Shorthand Pro. Then it says drop into Corry Cropper's New York Times Crossword debut. That's probably why we're not familiar with it. Speaking of constructors, I'm finishing the second part of several parts of an interview with a very well-known crossword cryptic setter from, he's Irishman, and he goes by the pseudonym or nom de guerre, depending on how your take is, of Brendan. He's always putting grids in the Guardian, sometimes the Independent, but he's just a super well-known guy. He's been doing this an awful long time. Went to Cambridge, became a professor, originally from Ireland, like I said, and then now lives in the States, but been around for a long time. Just a really, really cool guy. And interviewing him, and it looks like we got a Friday time set up for me to interview Adrienne Baik. Well, if you go back a couple of weeks, she did a crossword that was just outstanding, and so we'll get that interview up as soon as we get that finished and get it edited, and we'll pull down some footage from the original solving that we did before that. So that should be an awful lot of fun. Looking forward to getting a chance to get to know her as well. And with all of my interviewees, we're going to be doing the Colbert questionnaire, which I think is a fabulous questionnaire. So, no blank, no glory. Oh, let's go with guts and see what we've got. I mean, it's a Tuesday, right? Embellishes. Wow, so I'm assuming we've got a 4-letter word with an S. I don't know. A likely story. World War II menace. Okay, we're going to go with a U-boat. And that's how you would spell it. But I think we're going to have to put an A here. So, Das Boot auf Deutsch in German is B-O-O-T. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to get that, though. The clue is anglicized. Therefore, the answer is going to probably be anglicized. Okay. Fiddler on the Roof protagonist. I can't remember how to spell TiVo. So let's see. A likely story could be I bet. And that I on the G, the GI, maybe so gilds, embellishes, with a little golden flourish on it. So it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken, and that would be love. Fantastic. And so brief time to savor one's glory metaphorically, and it looks like we've got room for day in the sun. And let's see, shorthand pro would be a steno. And yeah, fine. So now I got to really commit this to memory. Tevye, Tevye. It's just hard to do. Drinking vessel that often has a hinged lid. Interesting. So Stein. I give free German lessons during the week to anyone serving in the area that would like to learn the language. And we always talk about stereotypes and how people, when they just hear that they're going to be going to Germany for 3 to 5 years, right, as part of what their service commitment, it's an interesting thing. Everybody just probably immediately, if I hadn't been raised by Germans, I would think the same thing. Everybody runs around in lederhosen. They all carry a Stein in one hand and a bratwurst in the other, and they listen to polka music, right? Maybe 1 or 2 days out of the year, but just like anybody else, right? So, sushi seaweed could be nori, and turnip or a rutabaga would be a root. Root. Not fooled by could be on to. I'm on to you. Central Plains tribe could be the Oto. And mysterious way to vanish. Okay. How about into thin air? Maybe? Into thin air. We'll try it. For some reason, it's not rolling off the tongue as I'd like it to be. But then again, 3 hours of sleep. I mean, am I really all that surprised? No. So to wreck beyond repair would be to total. And prefix with watt could be a terawatt. So let's see what we get here now. So lugged could be toted. Purchased for a family room. How about HD TV? HD TV. Something like that, maybe. 40 across output. Oh, okay. So it looks like it's going to be lava. What do you think 40 across is? Etna. Let's try it. I could be wrong. I mean, I could really be wrong. Sicily's highest peak. Boom, how about Etna? I mean, you got to love that kind of stuff, right? You get these little gifts, right? They're like little Easter eggs you just find, It's like you're just looking for the hard-boiled egg because you're thinking, yeah, I don't need the candy. I just want to make deviled eggs. Or as the French would say, oufs farcis. But then you happen upon the golden goose egg, right? The money egg. That's good stuff. Floral shade. 5 letters. I'm going to go with lilac. My first thought was actually mauve. I don't know if that'd be all that floral. Wood strip. Lath? I don't know. Idée fixe. And run out as a subscription. It would be to lapse. And I converted both my Atlantic and my New Yorker subscriptions to digital. And I have to say, it feels really awful. I mean, I miss getting them in the mail. They're always like 2 weeks late because I live so far away, but love to mouiller. So probably amour. Amour. So Italian desert menu staple. So probably cannelloni. Madame. Cannoli. All right, let's try that. We'll check it when we get down there. Puccini's Madama Butterfly, very nice. And winter hours in Salt Lake City would be mountain savings time. And so we have step on to trample and written to arouse. Say, how about erotique? Is how we say it in German. Erotique. Erotique. Pointed part of a pitchfork would be a tine, and it also pointed part of a fork, right? The tines in one's fork. Diaphanous, probably light. Also fragile. You could see through it, but the fragile part. I used to describe my ego as diaphanous. But I don't really think that was ever true. It was just more of a joke, right? You know, I don't really know that I really have much of an ego, to be honest with you. Kick off. I don't know, maybe instigate? Let's see. Diamonds, informally. Okay, we got our ice so far. We have an in here. DC ball player. DC ball player would be a national, so a nat. And so, oh, we don't want a 1 in there. No, we don't want the 1. Let's delete that. Let's get that down here. Belgian resort known for its mineral springs, and that would be Spa. Coup d'etat. And certain monkeys could be capuchins. And boy king of Egypt would be Tutankhamun, so Tut. And instigate, it looks like we do have instigate. Madrid's country on World Cup scoreboards, and that would be España. España. Okay, so ensnare to trap, very nice. And practical and unpretentious. So we got an earth here, so let's go down to said earth. This is, this is a great grid. So far, it feels like the kind of Tuesday that like beginning solvers really probably want to get their hands on, because it's a little bit harder than a Monday, but it's about as hard as yesterday's Monday, right? You know, so this is a gettable one here, I think. My bro could be dude, brah. Coyote Pup's place could be in the den. And you will only yip when barked at. Puppy, right? I don't know. It's fine. I'll leave the laugh track off of that one, though. I did think that was clever, to a degree. I layer. How about a uvium? So process or change over generations. Maybe a process of change over generations. So maybe evolution. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I was wondering if it could be like evolving or something, but I don't know. So let's try evolution. And let's see what we got. So top tier could be the elite. Still learning to navigate local landmarks, say maybe new in town. There's nothing like being new in town. I mean, I love it when we move. Every time we move, it's always a joy. I mean, I just love it. I do. Opposed to could be anti. And one of a kind. How about unique? Spirit of Mexico. Well, we don't have enough room for espiritu. So I'm going to go with tequila. All right. Spirit of Mexico. Baseball, Great Mel Ott. South America's Rio de la Plata. Very nice. Animal with an udder. And largest member of the dolphin family. Dolphin family. It seems like I knew that, but it seems like every time I see that, it's like, oh, dolphins. Yeah. Man, scariest dolphins I've ever seen. The orcas. Oof. Bel Canto author Pachette and very nice. And we're getting along here just fine. Open as a bottle. How about to uncap? So, Oscar-winning Disney song sung by a crab named Sebastian. Is it Under the Sea? I think it is. I don't know. Dish that's slung could be hash. Delay. Oh, I don't know. What do you think? Stall, maybe? Try it. You can always delete it. Material for some gloves and balloons could be latex. And like I always say, when you have an X, you're going to have an easy check, right? So black gemstone would clearly be an onyx. Like spinach or chard would be leafy. And Narnia lion, I think that's Aslan. I haven't read that in ages, so, sidewalk eatery could be a cafe, and major British grocery chain would be Tesco. Got a slat here, not to be confused with the lathe up front, on top. But by speaking of Tesco, one of the things I love about going to the United Kingdom, really all over England when I'm there, is the Tesco's. They always got decent wine. You can always get wonderful sausages and meats and cheeses, because I just pretty much would just do charcuterie every day if I were cooking for myself. And you can always get those hard-boiled pickled eggs that the British are just famous for, and I love them. Oh, I just love them. I am such a nut for them. Mythological figure whose ill-fated trajectory is suggested by 1934, 41, and 56 across, and that would be day in the sun, into thin air, down to earth, under the sea. And we are talking about the fall of Icarus. I'm almost positive. Airport org would be the TSA. And to everybody out there who, like me, are civil servants, hang in there. This shutdown's been emotionally trying, has it not? So may the powers that be get it together and get everything resolved. The R of RHE. Oh, got a little bit of baseball stuff going on here. Runs, hits, and errors. So I guess we're going to go with runs. And it's kind of like the Prindle, whatever that was, the park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then low, or, whatever that combination was. Kind of like a Roy G. Biv or whatever. It's interesting little mnemonics we used. Canal Turn Boulevard in Schenectady, New York. Schenectady, sorry. I have a thing with SCH. I always say things like schedule instead of a schedule. Makes me weird, I know. But I also say Wednesday. February. I know, weird, right? So, Canal Turn Boulevard in Schenectady, New York. I think we're talking about Erie. So, and cathedral recesses could be apses, and some Dutch cheeses would be Edams, thin layer would be Lamina, unless I fat-fingered something, which is altogether possible considering how well I'm doing today. How did we do, Bob? It's like I almost have to nod, as if, I'm greeting royalty. Yeah. Your Majesty. Your Grace. I didn't fat finger something. How do we do, Bob? Thank you. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it, Bob. So, again, okay, Lamina, yeah, Icarus, not common stuff here. Yeah. Got a lot of names, a lot of things that are probably not always so off the tip of one's tongue. If I didn't have so much business and so many friends in the United Kingdom, Tesco would not be rolling off of my tongue. Not everybody's familiar with the Narnia or any of the other of the CSL books. But at the end of the day, though, it's clearly possible to get through this grid, perhaps with a couple of quick Google searches or something, but it's not out of the realm of possibility to be successful with this grid. And so this might be a fun, little challenging grid for someone who's just getting into the habit. And if you know someone like that, shoot them a note. Let them know this is a good one for them to get into. On the whole, Corry Cropper, this is this is a beautiful Tuesday grid. This is exactly what a Tuesday is supposed to be. And you knocked it right out of the ballpark. So, yeah, congratulations. Such a nice job. Well done. And if you would not mind, we're going to bring down our Benny Dadu. But I'd like to ask if you could just take an extra moment of your time and hit the like button to just do wonders for my, ego, which, has at times been jokingly referred to as diaphanous. But I would just like to see the algorithm get better information about the kind of audience we have. That'd be fantastic. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It is totally free. It doesn't mean you have to sit and just watch me all the time. But it'd be nice to kind of form a stronger relationship and also feed the algorithm there. It kind of helps keep the lights on around here. And I would really greatly appreciate that very much. I mean, I adore each and every one of you, and I'm so tickled that you're here and that you're sharing. You're sending out the puzzle. You're doing stuff. You're growing the channel. And I thank you for that. My name is Christopher, and I am delighted that you're here and you're part of this community. And so until we see you again, and boy, I tell you what, I managed to keep that from being empty somehow through this grid. But until we see you next time, auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. Arrivederci. Que tengas unos lindo días. Be well out there. Take care. Be nice to people who are strangers. Be nice to people who have those thick foreign accents, because deep down inside, they're very, very brave souls. And remember, like Shotzi and I always say, we didn't always have money, but we were never poor. Not once in our lives, right? And that's all about the attitude, right? Cheers. Make it so. Manifest it. Be well.